they build as of right? Do we know that?
7 stories.
Okay, yeah. So, and by the way, just as a separate thing, the thing that we rejected from Cornell Realty, they're also running a realty company called Brooklyn. If you look at Huffington Post yesterday, they featured one of our buildings where the reporter was told the tenants that we want here are white, 25 to 34 years old, and they look like you. So these are the people that were trying to say that we were being unreasonable by not having not wanting affordable housing. They're the people gentrifying the community. They're the ones that are bringing in. They say that white people are safer. Like the reporter didn't say that she was a reporter, and you know, this is how they talk. This is the reality here. So, you know, we were good in turning that down. If they ever come back to us, that's the first question we need to ask is, so what are you going to do to stop trying to bring in the people that look like her to replace us? So you got to pay attention.
Committee meeting.
What?
It's a committee meeting. I can't take a question for you right now.
Well, when are you going to be here?
Tom, you have something to say?
When?
So as of right.
Hold up.
Huh?
As of right.
You see, you don't know where I am yet, so.
Excuse me, sir. No disrespect, but it's a committee meeting and we're having a conversation. If there's time afterwards, I'll be happy to.
I got an email, I did get an email of this meeting.
Yes.
Right? And
From whom?
Listen, I got an email
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm the community director for the Borough of Brooklyn.
That's
Okay?
fantastic.
I'm Dr. Marcus.
Excuse me.
And
Excuse me, I can't let you do this, sir. We're trying to have a committee meeting.
yeah, but you have a committee meeting,
I would have happy to.
then it should be a closed meeting then for only the committee members.
No, that's not how it works.
Well,
Sorry. Yes, sir.
Well, I'll deal with that later. Y'all go ahead.
Sorry.
So. as
I'll
of
deal with
right-
it later.
As of right, we're dealing with.
Because
for this
they don't know the
7 stories
protocols.
max.
Yes.
So
If we
this
do
is-
nothing,
Was that?
if we do nothing,
If we do,
they can build their 7 stories, and that's all they can
that's
build.
all they can do
that's all
without.
they need.
This
That's all
is-
they need.
Sorry, come on. McKinney.
So
Give me a minute.
This has to go through the ULURP process, but they have to upzone to get to 30, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, so they will, so the backstory is, they are in the process of preparing the application to city planning. The city planning, once they approve the application, the ULURP process starts. And they are on a fast track to make this happen. I'm telling you, they're moving very quickly. I won't be surprised if we get this by March, if they push it that quickly. They have money in the bank, the AFL-CIO, so they're funded, and they're moving very quickly.
Did we
Yes.
get any position, or does the Botanic Garden have a position that they can put out?
Yeah, so they heard about this off the bat, and they're concerned about the shadows, and they're doing the shadow study to see how high the building, the max the building can be that won't affect the gardens. So they're already on it. The gardens are on it, yeah. But that doesn't, you know, so if they come back and say it's 25 stories, how does that help us saying we don't want buildings that big?
Because they
Right.
will be
Excuse me,
zoning
Ms.
for
Boyd.
6 or 7
Excuse me,
on the
Ms.
last
Boyd.
shadow study.
Yes.
Thank you, Michael. One quick question, just, I know that I do this a lot, but I'm gonna do it again. Displacement is not about race. It's not about, displacement is not about race, it's not about color. There are many people in the city community that can't afford rent. There are many people in the African American community that can afford to buy a house at $1.6 million. It all depends on your income, how much money you have. It has nothing to do with race or anything else. To make it clear, Michael, I know this is a big town of something very unimportant at this point. But this proposal, we're talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cars, correct? We're talking,
Potentially.
no, 300 cars. How many low-income officials are they building?
300.
So 300 cars, those apartments organized, I mean, if they have cars, we're talking 6, 7, 8, 1,000, how many cars are we talking about? How much parking are they going to provide?
All I have is what I told you. Union, 1,500 units,
They're
750,
required to
750.
provide 50% of the market rate parking, right? Is that what it is? No. What is it?
Michael, let me do real, I can help you.
Hold on a second. What point are you trying to make?
Are we talking thousands of cars? Are they gonna bring in thousands, hundreds of cars?
Let's say it's thousands, where are you going with this?
I'm talking about the situation now is terrible action, and other consideration. I'd like to know how they plan to address the,
It says it in the plan, 145 parking spaces.
out of how many apartments?
What plan?
1,400.
1450.
Oh, that's.
Excuse me, I can't, excuse me. Shagun, you have anything?
Not anything new, but guess what I'm hearing is, for the three things, you want to guarantee that the AMI restricted units will be on site. That's what sounds like we're
Yep.
asking for. It sounds like we're asking for, I mean, AMI is what income, but sometimes we're also asking for a limit on rent.
Right.
That's what it sounds like people are asking for.
Right.
Because they're saying they still can't afford it even for AMI. And then I guess we're asking for parking in the sense of a minimum parking.
No, he's saying not to have, you're saying get parking with
What I'm saying is that
The negotiation.
whenever, when you have low-income apartments, you're not required to provide parking. It's a strong consideration. People in the neighborhood, after a day's work, could take up to 2 hours to find parking. If they're gonna put in, there's gonna be 500-600 cars coming to that area, it's gonna be a serious issue for neighbors.
What about the train station?
Yes, take a look. Yes. Oh, real.
Just point of clarification, because, the starting point of the discussion was, it's a big tower, it's a non-starter. Because the non-starter, the height is a non-starter, the composition. Because from all the conversations I've heard over the last couple of months, it's just the height to begin with. Forget specifics of.
It's a what?
The height.
The height.
Right? Forget the specifics of the composition of the tower. And so when I hear you say they're drawing up new plans, what that sounds like to me, and it's a wild guess, but new plans are why? Is this a situation where, a massive project is thrown out at first, and then you get plan B that is more palatable than the original application?
Right.
They're saying they're drawing up new plans, why? What was the incentive or the impetus to start drawing up new plans?
Conversations they were been having with us, conversations they've been having with different stakeholders, is what I would guess.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard here consistently in this group here that that the height is the issue before anything else.
But let's go back to that point. What if you have 1,500 units out below 50%?
Right, so here's where we might diverge, homeowners versus tenants, because if you were gonna build a 30-story public housing that was community land trust or something like that, I would have a much harder time saying I don't want that, because I'm losing my view of the botanical garden even with 7 stories, so that's done for me. But I think that we have to, we're gonna have to work together to figure out where people's interests lie. I don't think that anything that we, like, I don't think we should give them, pretty much, we don't have to give them anything. And just, by the way, the Botanic Garden, I don't think they have bad intentions. They've been really weak on this stuff. These are buildings that they sold, that they allowed to do that.
The one that's closer to. Yeah, the one that's, not Cornell, the one that's
The
right off of.
that
right off
corner
of-
building is gonna be like 20-something
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah,
So,
12 stories, yeah.
so we have to keep the pressure on them to, because that's our place, that's our garden. So, we can't just like leave it up to people, like, they didn't do anything about that Cornell thing. We stopped that. They didn't do appropriate shadow studies. I mean, you can see where the shadows would lie just on this picture. I think the reason that they're presenting a new plan is because we never started negotiation from, your like the best that you can do. And again, they're not going to do 100% affordable housing for the local AMI. I think we're asking for anything that's the only thing that would be worth giving them that much height, just giving it away. Like, there are things that could be done in terms of like the tax abatements. Like they wouldn't have to pay property taxes for 35 years right now. 35 years. If you're paying your property taxes, if you're a homeowner,
That just went up.
Yep, and they're not. That money can go into subsidizing, we need to be asking for at least a 10 or 15% homeless set aside, a majority of units for people here making $20,000 to $30,000 a year. Otherwise, it's at least from the perspective of tenants. Yes, if you were to get like an amazing $500 or $600 apartment for people, then I'm not going to complain about I don't own a place, so and like I said, my view is gone regardless of how these things proceed. But I live in a 6-story building on Franklin Avenue, and my landlord walks around with potential buyers every time there's a new story out about development. So this will change things. The day that the armory was approved, people walking around talking about buying my building. So there's a direct impact here, and I think that I'm not going to say that it's a waste of time, but it's kind of a waste of time to give them we could, what we did with Cornell was say, come back with something better, and they haven't yet, but that's, it's sort of a scorched earth approach, but I don't see how we would do it any.
But representing the tenants, if you get the 300 units down to, let's say, 35% of them. What do you think about that?
We still need, we need, just to be totally direct, if you're not giving us at least 300 or 400 units of $20,000 to $30,000 a year, then what good is that? I don't I look at it in terms of me and my husband, would we be able to move into one of these apartments?
No.
Directly, is that possible? And that's almost never the case with these, even if you get them to be on site, even if you get them to be permanently affordable. This building will have the same issue that the buildings on Dean Street have right now, which is that even through the lottery, people will win the lottery and not